Hello, guys, welcome back to our channel. Have you ever watched someone make the absolute worst romantic decision possible while simultaneously a massive corporate lawsuit is brewing right in the background? Well, grab a snack and settle in because this week on The Bold and the Beautiful, the drama is hitting absolute fever pitch with secret kisses, stolen designs, and a love triangle that is about to explode into a literal fistfight. If you missed this week's episodes, let me tell you, you missed a complete and utter tornado of chaos hitting Los Angeles. We're looking at a multi front war right now. On the business side, Katie and Bill Spencer are staring down the barrel of a massive legal nightmare involving Eric Forrester's fashion designs, which could completely destroy Katie's relationship with her sister, Brooke. Meanwhile, in the romance department, things are getting incredibly messy. Will Spencer is absolutely heartbroken and furious after catching RJ Forrester locking lips with Electra, leading to a brewing physical brawl right in the middle of Forrester creations. And if that wasn't enough, the older generation is acting just as chaotic. Deacon Sharp is trying to recommit to the notoriously dangerous Sheila, but his mind is completely consumed by Taylor Hayes. It is a tangled web of lies, manipulation by Ivy Forrester, and secret desires that is guaranteed to leave some serious emotional wreckage in its wake. Let's really break down the absolute madness happening right now. Starting with the corporate disaster, Eric Forrester's recent career moves look like they were planning by a confused teenager rather than a seasoned fashion mogul. He retired, unretired, went independent, and then somehow signed a contract to work with the Logans. Because of this incredibly messy timeline, Bill Spencer is now aggressively reminding Katie that Logan actually owns the rights to the designs Eric signed over. Yes, even the ones Ridge is currently planning to use over at Forrester Creations. Katie is now trapped in an awful position. She finally has this kick ass female empowerment storyline where she could launch her own massive fashion brand. But to do it, she would have to legally go after Eric and Reach, which could absolutely obliterate her fragile relationship with Brooke. Now let's pivot to the younger crowd, because the situation with Will, Electra, and RJ is pure soap opera gold. Sweet, naive, Electra is being played like a fiddle by her aunt Ivy. Ivy is suddenly morphed into this bizarre manipulative mastermind, aggressively pushing Electra away from Will and straight into the arms of her cousin, RJ. Why? Maybe she is just projecting her own failed past relationships with the Spencer man onto her niece. But regardless, her meddling has created a ticking time bomb. That bomb officially went off when Will walked into the Forrester showroom and witnessed RJ and Electra kissing. Will was still desperately clinging to the hope of winning Electra back, and seeing his rival swooping in during her vulnerable moment absolutely shattered him. But wait, the romantic musical chairs don't stop there. With Will newly single and emotionally devastated, Melissa Dillon sees her opening. Down at the beach house, Dillon decides to make her move and plants a massive kiss on Will, confessing that her feelings have grown way past friendship. And while all the kids are fighting, the adults are playing an incredibly dangerous game of fire. Deacon Sharp actually sleeps with Sheila, but here is the wild part. The entire time he's with Sheila, he's fantasizing about Taylor. Sheila, being completely oblivious to this, actually runs into Taylor later and start aggressively bragging about how amazing her night with Deacon was. Even thanking Taylor for somehow inspiring their renewed passion. It is incredibly cringe-worthy, especially because Deacon later corners Taylor privately and confesses that his attempt to reconnect with Sheila was a total failure because Taylor is the only woman he can think about. So, what is the actual fallout of all these terrible decisions? Let's look at the impending physical brawl between Wheel and RJ. This isn't just a spat, this is going to be a full blown aggressive fight right in the middle of the Forrester offices. When Reach inevitably catches them turning his elegant fashion house into a UFC octagon. You know exactly whose side he's going to take. Ridge is going to protect his son, Archie, which means Will is likely going to be fired on the spot. If he doesn't angrily quit first, this brawl is going to push Will straight out of Forrester Creations and right into the arms of Spencer Publications, deepening the massive divide between the two legacy families. Then there is the incredibly precarious situation with Daphne Rose. She knows all about Ivy's stolen letter scheme and how Ivy manipulated Will and Electra's breakup. The guilt is eating her alive, and it is only a matter of time before she blows the vessel. When the truth comes out, Electra is going to realize her entire romantic life has been orchestrated by her aunt, which will completely shatter their family dynamic. And finally, we have to talk about the absolute most dangerous consequence of all, Sheila finding out about Deacon and Taylor. We all know Sheila. She does not handle rejection well, and she certainly does not handle being made a fool of. The longer Taylor and Deacon sneak around and indulge this undeniable chemistry, the closer they get to Sheila discovering the truth. When she finds out that Deacon was thinking of Taylor while they were in bed together, we are not just looking at a breakup. We're looking at a massive, terrifying Sheila meltdown that could put everyone's lives in genuine danger. Okay, I have to be completely honest with you guys about how frustrating some of these characters are being right now. First of all, Katie needs to wake up and smell the coffee. Bill is handing her the keys to a massive fashion empire on a silver platter. Yes, suing Eric and Reach will make Thanksgiving dinner with Brooke incredibly awkward. But Katie has spent years living in the shadows of the other Logan woman. This is a moment to be powerhouse CEO, and she needs to take the designs that rightfully belong to her company. Stop playing nice. As for the younger generation, I'm actually entirely on Will's side here. Walking in on your recent ex kissing your biggest rival is gut wrenching. And RJ absolutely knew what he was doing by swooping in when Electra was emotionally vulnerable. That being said, Will needs to take a step back, accept comfort from Dylan, who actually seems to genuinely care about him, and leave the toxic forest, the family drama behind him. But my strongest opinion has to be about Deacon. What on earth is this man thinking? You do not mess with Sheila Sharp's feelings. Sleeping with a known sociopath while fantasizing about another woman is quite literally the most dangerous, foolish thing a person could possibly do in Los Angeles. Deacon is playing with fire, and he's absolutely going to drag Taylor down into the flames with him when Sheila inevitably snaps. The coming weeks on The Bold and the Beautiful are guaranteed to be an absolute roller coaster of corporate sabotage, flying feasts, and incredibly dangerous romantic entanglements. The power dynamics between the Foresters, the Spencers, and the Logans are shifting dramatically, and it looks like absolutely no one is going to make it out of this mess without a few scars. Now, I want to hear exactly what you guys think about all this madness. Do you think Katie should ruthlessly take Eric's designs and launch her own brand? Or should she play it safe to keep the peace with Brooke? And who do you think is going to win the inevitable fistfight between Will and RJ? Drop all your hot takes and predictions down in the comments below, because I love reading what you guys think. If you enjoyed this breakdown, please make sure to smash that like button and subscribe to the channel so you never miss out on the latest soap drama. Thanks for hanging out with me, and I will see you in the next video.